no one say anything. I have to turn off the volume. Hello, everyone. It's time.
It's time
The music is still going.
Time for crime.
Yeah, it's time for crime. It's time for burning buildings and bridges and...
downloading TikToks.
Yeah. Duncan before this was like, hey guys, I'm gonna make a TikTok account.
Not even joking. I'm kind of tempted to do it now. I think it'd just be really funny.
I just
My favorite was I don't know if either of you saw it, but Griffin McElroy posted one earlier today. It's like, guys, guess what? I have some great news. I'm quitting my job. I'm gonna become a professional TikToker.
Yeah.
I heard Bob Dylan started a TikTok literally a few days ago, which is very funny.
Oh my god.
Call me crazy. I don't know if ever anyone was following who is going to be that broken up about Bob Dylan not having a TikTok. Because I feel like the age of people who follow Bob Dylan. Anyway, it's
We will send off TikTok into the Ablaze with the Ablaze that is here. I don't know.
I still never used it. I think it's bad that it's being banned, but I'm like, it's not going to affect me personally.
Yeah, I actually, I did use it for cosplay stuff, but then it also becomes fun because, as I think I've mentioned before, I'm weird about who can see my face, so when I say that I had a cosplay TikTok, it's more of like a if you know, you know thing.
Yeah, it's like you'll never find it.
Then that's the point.
Yeah. Alright.
It's solidly just because the ideas need to not live in my head, because otherwise they'll rattle around in their like little marbles, and I need them to like exist in the physical realm so that they're out of my brain.
Like bees trying to escape their beehives.
That is such a powerful image.
Because of the invasion of a bee-eating wasp. Anyway, we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations. We got this cool new background. Miles looking up at Arson casually. Just like, huh, this is fucked. Well, actually, it was more like, oh no, I hope my daughter is not a thing. We talk a lot about how Phoenix and Maya. Don't know why that came, or that didn't come to me. Are like brother sister, but
Yeah.
Miles and Kay is father daughter,
So true.
and that's just the way it works. So I forget what we did last time. Where did we leave off?
No problem. I
forgot
have a
to.
general idea of where we were last time.
They won't
We just
notice
talked to we just finished talking to Larry, I think.
me. Yeah, I think that is the last thing that we did.
So that means
I'm just looking at this. I actually, this is going to be relevant because there's
Looks like
stuff
it.
in the background.
look, it's
So
me
true.
shaking hands with me.
So true, Duncan.
Person shaking hands with the Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba.
No, it's me, obviously.
It was taken just before the murder.
It's already framed? Goddamn. The Steel Samurai must be very popular. They've even used the National Treasure as a backdrop.
I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about a top knot there?
Clearly, there's a depth to this show that a young person like you can't possibly fathom.
Speaking of young people, aren't your young children the target audience of the show of costumed actors?
No.
You know, it did just say young children, but given that she does canonically call Miles her little brother, I'm leaving that.
Well, now I gotta look at this thing.
Yep, that was what I was going
You
to say
think you
next.
can deduce something, my friend?
Okay. I will deduce. I get it. I got it. There
Okay.
was the exact same statue sitting in that Babalese office we examined.
It is a pivotal statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Cordopia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabast and Babel have claimed to the real thing.
What an incredibly childish fight to have. I won't... wait, hold on. I was breaking down that sentence in the past, so we're on cranny. Cranny! It rhymes with granny! It rhymes with... I don't know.
Turning into like...
So, we're seeing the knives in the background, but it's turned this way.
Yeah.
But we see the knives in the background here. So, do I deduce
Yeah.
the knives or the statue?
I think the statue.
Brain blast! Look at this photo. Look at this photo. And back at me. Now back at the photo. Now back to me. I used to be able to quote that fully. I still might, but I don't want to try. Tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma.
The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top knot's head.
That's not it! I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way.
You're right.
This statue is a national treasure.
Nicolas Cage?
I was like, I made that joke so many times.
We're going to kidnap
Last
the
time-
President of the United States?
Well, now it's
You
my
steal the
turn.
Declaration of Independence?
As such, only an ambassador or a secretariat-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it is facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene. I also, my voice that I'm doing, I was earlier watching a playthrough of someone playing the DLC of God of War, and I got exposed to a lot of Crispin Freeman, which is kind of what I said I try to make this voice sound like. So I'm in it today. And now is facing a different direction. This preserved crime scene is proof that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. Is that it? Is that all I can deduce from that? Anything with the knives?
I don't think there's anything with the knives. At least not right now. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you look at the window? We haven't done that yet.
The window.
The window.
The wall.
The whole ass window here.
Anyway. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here. I'm sure flowers as lovely as these have an equally as lovely a name.
Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think that passion flowers are all that rare.
Passion flowers. That is a rather unusual name, is it? By what?
Yeah.
Do you know flower names,
I've definitely
Miles?
heard of...
I guess not. No.
No, canonically they don't.
Oh, that is true.
Canonically, Phoenix only knows the names of 3 different flowers, and it makes me insane. It was named by the priest in the 15th century for Passion of Christ.
That movie wasn't out
The
then,
Passion
idiot.
of the Christ.
I think if that movie wasn't out then, I would have seen it because Willem Dafoe's in that movie, right?
I don't know.
Willem Dafoe was in Temptation of Christ.
Yeah.
Different, better movie. As they say, you learn something new every day. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's...
Pink Princess. Yo, Pink Princess. How you feeling? Still feeling ill?
Yes.
Oh, and yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork.
Welcome to the game that you're in.
So true.
And so I am having a time, and so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian Embassy a visit. Coincidence? I think not. I believe I may need to speak with her as well.
Hey, in a minute I might need a second.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna do it now preemptively if you all don't mind.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about I don't know why I just like get the urge to do the Crispin Freeman voice with Miles. But I'm like looking up his actual like dub voice actor. Christopher Wacamp, who I'm not super familiar with looking at his...
You know,
His
the
roles.
guy who voices like Bakugo and MHA.
Yeah.
I found out recently that he's in the Yakuza games I'm playing, and I've been losing my mind. I was like, hey, I know that voice. Huh?
Yeah. I think the only dub role that I actually know this voice actor from is Aizawa from my MHA.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm do we need Yassi for this? I don't know if I should... Yeah, we probably shouldn't continue the conversation. Of course, Phoenix's voice actor is way more famous.
Yeah.
We're talking about voice actors.
Apologies.
I don't know if Yessie heard that. Alright. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Firstly, your hand in marriage.
Oh, Dan.
I don't want to know who's
Steals
underneath.
the girl,
Not
because he's interested in her. Specifically, it's to spite Larry.
I'm just like
It's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off.
I'm just headcanoning that like Miles is like the only woman I'm interested in. My wife.
This is my one.
Pink
Hear
Princess.
me out.
Miss Pink Princess, if you would. Oh dear God.
What was that you said about hand in marriage, Dan? Also, I fully left to get more water because I ran out, and I was like, going to.
Oh, you were like, I'm going to need a drink.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Angie, she's all yours.
This must be what they call fate.
How could this happen 2 days in a row?
Aren't you this old bag?
What is... Does anyone work a stable job?
No. He's his ace attorney. Everyone's chaos.
Yeah.
Why are you so surprised?
Oh, so you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. Too bad I didn't realize. Now.
Okay. Both of your mic qualities.
Yeah, I think he just died.
I
No.
forgot to put my mic down in front of my face.
But also, you sound a little muffled, Duncan.
Well, I haven't done anything different.
Well, I guess we'll just deal with it. Your acquaintances with Larry?
Why, yes. We worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy bro. You don't need to be jealous. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy boo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would have ever come to a show like this? I guess I've misjudged you, edgy boo. And you misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know.
I was. There was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do.
But it looks like the winds have shifted and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed.
Why? Why does my audio do this?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
I did
we'll
too.
be right back.
Again.
Not that Edgeworth old bag shit.
For like Old Bag and
What are you
Damon
talking
Gaunt
about?
and Manfred von Karman, like all of the older characters.
When I left, the last thing I heard was, what about that Edgeworth old back ship?
Am I right? Huh? Am I right?
And I'm like, I'm kind of glad I'm gonna miss this one. Alright, we can continue now.
Okay.
That's you, Yessie.
Dan, in
Oh,
terms of stream,
right.
there is no stream.
I left the call on accident.
In
There we
terms
go.
of stream, we have no stream. Now we do, though. Don't worry, Edgy Bro. I chase you forever to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just Peach?
I love peaches.
Yeah, we know you, fruitcake.
This is one of those rare hey. Offensive. This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Eye to eye.
Oh,
The fact
you're
that it
the
took
Pink
you a
Princess.
second made that so much better, Dan.
I just imagine Miles going off on like an internal monologue, and it's like, hey, don't think I didn't hear you. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at the Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger.
What are you talking about? That was ages ago!
Am I in a time loop? That was yesterday.
Look, I worked in the Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me to be her last-minute replacement.
This is all they had for the last-minute replacement?
Yes.
Whatever happened to Penny? Did she die? Hey, do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? No, we saw the entire staff. It was like 4 people.
I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel so bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I'm not exactly great at being a stand-in, but I'm doing my best with this, and I'm sure doing a great job with all the weapons and using them to their full advantage. But then I tell you, they really are just a bunch of simpletons.
You could not keep up with that one at all, huh?
I could not, so I just started making up shit.
Weird.
You are a rather lively old lady.
Welcome to my life. So, basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look.
This song is making me crazy. I hate it.
It appears she is telling the truth.
Cool. Great.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, look at this.
Take a look at this.
It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room.
I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Okay. So
that letter.
this is a crazy thing to send to someone.
I know.
It's so
That's why it's
unhinged.
amazing.
And also, obviously, it does not say Wendy. It
Yeah.
does say Mindy.
It's like the worst handwriting.
It is not good
So, like-
handwriting.
Like, honestly, it's a stretch to say it says Mindy, but it's definitely supposed to.
Yeah, that is definitely a W, but it's trying to be half cursive.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, I'd have to see what the names are in Japanese, but, like, my guess is because, like, I think that her name, like, is, like, Owa or something in Japanese. My guess is maybe it was an O and that, like, the girl's name started with, like, an ot sound because a lot of people do mix up those two characters when they're first starting to read Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Larry, why?
Honestly, you have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be there's a tilde above.
Yeah.
Wendy, I'll be descending
Wendy.
on you from above tonight. Your loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
This is why he was trying to go down the chimney. What's wrong with him?
course.
What is wrong with him? Wait, this horrible
lot.
handwriting. Where have I seen this before?
Oh, but now that you're here, Jipu, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You bust that evil stalker man for my sake. Wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way. I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
You're right. I need to play impossible to get.
So true.
Hold on. I know how to handle this. Wendy. I'm gay.
I hope you get better.
Damn. Offensive. Everyone's being mean to me today. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Bro, I'm so scared! Hold me! Caress me!
Hold it! Absolutely fucking not. Do you know that meme? Absolutely not. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
If you could please not cling on to my personage. Put personage in the Edgeworthisms.
So true. Correct. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at the Ambassador Alba's speech? Oh, that, no. I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at night. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
I'm gonna rename the stream to Larry. Can you please be normal?
That's not a bad idea.
I'm losing it with it. Anyway, I'm still not over the letter.
Yeah, it's such a letter.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. I was discussing thing where, like, well, if you don't believe me, you can always, like, cop a feel.
Yeah, that's what I thought she was gonna get at.
I thought so too.
I also, now that she says infirmary, I'm like, please don't be the one infirmary. The one clinic.
Oh, yeah. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Oh dear God.
Doggo!
Duncan! Do it!
Secure
Oh,
vault
Sheba!
Arna. I've brought the police dog, as you requested, sir.
Hey, look at him!
Good work. You may leave now, officer. Puppy! Hi!
This dog is a good boy.
Yeah!
I've requested
let's
the
go.
assistance of a dog in our search for the other ghost.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too.
Duncan, I'm requesting to hear a "Who's a good boy" as Lang.
Who's a good boy?
Thank you.
Kind of creepy.
Who's a good boy?
Here you go. Here's some lines for you.
There it is.
Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yes, you are. Who's a good boy? I'm just imagining how I would talk to my dog.
I love this. It's really good.
That's the police dog. Go should be taken care of.
Hey, Wolf, recognize Wolf.
So true.
He's a pretty good boy, isn't he? Yes. I think his name is Missile. Not like a caravan, though. I'm too cool, cat.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front of the tax.
That action alone isn't exactly going to solve this case for us, you know.
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Use that powerful nose.
Good baby. Oh, such a good boy. Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know.
Who was she referring to? Gumshoe?
Larry.
Larry.
Or Gumshoe. Either of those fits, actually.
Now, what do we have here?
Miles is all like, I know she's not referring to me with that.
What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
I was about to say, Is that a sandwich? And that brings up a whole conversation.
Don't even go there.
Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? That is not cute.
No! Bad missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that.
It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Wow, the worst wording. That
Meat
is
substance.
not appetizing.
That is what a hot dog is.
It's what's on the back of the packaging.
There's quite a bit of information you gathered there on a single quick grab.
The dog dies, and it's like, well, I guess it wasn't safe to eat. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
But it looks like the stack wasn't all that Missile found.
Oh, and what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if our Pastor Albert might have an interest in cross-dressing.
That would not be my first thought. Gonna be honest,
Play girl,
Francisco.
Queen Pussy Boss.
Gonna be honest, Francisca. Not the first thought.
Like I said, slay girl, Queen Pussy Boss.
Yeah, but, you know, maybe. I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. Larry. Get over here, you twink.
I think I have a friend who might be listening in, and one of their favorite headcanons is like trans femme Larry. So I'm sure that if they heard that, they would be very happy.
Yeah. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. What? Who do they want me to think? Hold on. Does the game allow you to pet the dog? The entire rating
No.
Sorry, I got
depends on
excited.
this. Woof!
He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be.
Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found.
In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation.
Alright, I will. But not because you said so. It is with great dread that I proceed and do what I must to solve this case. I can't pet it.
No!
Stream's over.
Minus 1
Stream's
million stars.
Fucking over. We're leaving. No. Oh. We're back.
I think we need
It was
to
yours.
talk to Old Bag
Yeah,
and present the undershirt,
I suppose.
which I'm sure she'll be very normal about.
Yeah. I stole this from your personal wardrobe. If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Hajipu, what is the meaning of this?
Very normal already. Question mark? What's wrong with women?
Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you like.
Hold on, I got stabbed. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at the crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain why you murdered him?
You're the murderer.
I know nothing, I tell you.
Imagine the last time they ever use Old Bags, she actually murders someone.
That'd be really funny.
That's the insane twist waiting for us in Ace Attorney 7.
Oh man.
So true. Actually, I feel like the insane twist is that she's still alive to begin with.
Damn.
She looks like she
that's
hasn't
the
aged
whole
today.
joke.
What? Ace Attorney 7 comes out and it's just character assassination, the game.
Every character is completely different, huh?
Yeah.
And written in the worst
I don't
way
know.
possible.
I don't know if you guys will get this reference, but it's like a Class of '09 flip side. Anyone here? Anyone?
No, I'm sorry.
No, Class of no one knows that. Okay.
I recognize the show, but I don't think I ever watched it.
It's not a show.
Fuck.
It has an anime pilot on YouTube, so it's kind of a show, but it's a visual novel series.
Well, time to leave. I'm a fake fan.
It's like offensive in a South Park way.
Oh, fun.
Although not like outwardly offensive. Everyone's just assholes. Anyway. What?
Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume is like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get figured as a suspect? You're too cruel, Ejipo. We're just gonna move on from that.
Are you claiming that you never once foot set inside this room?
Of course I am! If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this, being something tabloid missing and the camera's missing and everything is all missing. Speaking of missing, for the matter, my husband, when he got married, he said it was gonna stick with me, and then honestly, men these days! I feel like it's going
can't we
faster
look at
than
this?
We can! Can I do it? Can I do it?
Oh my god. Okay.
Please let me do it.
Have fun.
Thank you. Of course I am! If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault for some reason or other. The weekly tabloid article is missing, the camera's missing, the lawyer always makes sure it's my fault so they're missing. Speaking of missing, there's a matter of my husband. Can you believe that when we got married, he said, I guess I'm just kind of stuck marrying. What kind of a way to propose is that? Then he shoved on his whispered in my ear, I don't deserve you, and I can't help it, will you marry me? Honestly, Menzies.
Alright. Well. I don't believe she's lying about her actions, so I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one. I assume the samurai dog was also yours?
Oh, that brilliant mind of yours. Oops, I thought it was like a, oh, how dare you. Oh, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can't see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose I should ask for more details. Alright. Samurai dogs. I'm surprised there's like not an anime called Samurai Dogs.
Yeah.
I like...
That's just, well, no, those were ninja dogs from Nerd.
Oh. Closest thing is... I should watch Wolf's Rain. That's a classic anime that no one ever talks about. But I hear it's good. Anyway, that samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course. I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo.
Hold it! Please. If you could just stick to what I ask you.
Hey, Edgy, are you and old bag?
No!
You really don't change, do you? When will you ever learn how to take a joke?
Never. It's actually
Anyway.
one of my biggest character flaws.
Anyway, the samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present?
Studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all in my push cart and just move them all. Those you guys should have delivered those things by yourself. Right, Edgy?
So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions?
Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you going to stick up for me?
How about that? See, after the show I went to rest in the dressing room. because of my bad hip, you know.
So I've heard.
And there they were, the samurai dogs were sitting on the dressing room floor.
Oh.
I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparations you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good.
Oh boy.
Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids' show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just can't help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. And I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, and I thought, this is it, I'm assuming. What is it now? Oh, I know! I bet you want a box too, don't you, my Reggie Boo? Well, I won't mind to say no to you, but I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me.
Great. I have this now.
Looks like the lesson for today is that when the steel samurai on the pink pins take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
True.
I think we need to go into logic now.
Oh, it's
It's
puzzle
logic
time.
Puzzle time!
Oh wait, hold on a second. Did we do everything?
I mean, this fits together though, so.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I just filled it.
There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used.
And your point is?
Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least, according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not?
Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof?
There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went?
I see. So what you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbeck's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring room share one chimney. Is that what you are implying?
Precisely. Do these go together? Oh, they share a chimney. Do these go together right now?
I forgot. Maybe.
Only one way to find out.
Yay!
The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ow! Why?
Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Miles Elvas, you uncouth sea slug!
Alright. Is this just...
That's a good insult.
Is
I
this
really
just
like
Insult Miles Day?
that. Yeah. If you know the said undershirts, then hurry up and return it to her already.
You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt.
Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall?
No. Why would you think I would just blame... Okay. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other.
Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order.
Yep, that's a fireplace. There's an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it.
What in the...
That's
Awesome!
That's what I thought. The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect to the room to the neighboring room.
It's a neighboring room.
It's a secret tunnel. There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there is nothing special about the next room is exactly what's special about it. No, it's important. It's the fact that there's a secret passageway through the room's fireplace.
We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant?
Duncan, I'm sorry that there are 3 characters that you voice in this room, and you haven't voiced, like, any of them this whole stream.
It's been a fun stream so far.
Alright.
You aren't now suddenly going to name the old lady as Mask the Mask 2 Killer now, are you?
Yes, because I want her in jail. No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damask the Second's murder. That was a quick investigation.
Woo.
Very efficient. Well, I guess we split up the investigation.
Yeah.
So, not actually that quick. Probably took an hour. It would appear the answer has made itself clear.
You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have.
Alright, we're doing
Now
this
you got a
now.
bunch of lines, Duncan.
Oh boy, I love it.
Very well, if you are prepared. I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. On guard!
Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy.
Anyway, leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is.
My lie!
I know that there is still something you are keeping from the rest of us.
What's wrong with you? Said you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy. Curse you. I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be.
Relax.
Oh, Larry.
I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself.
Oh my god. Larry.
And then throw everything into mass confusion.
Like, I don't think that would confuse anyone, but... I mean, it would be confusing.
You made yourself some wonderful friends as a child, I see.
Just wait until you meet my boyfriend. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you.
Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know.
Insane that he is saying this to Edgeworth, just saying.
Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you.
Edgeworthism.
Edgy.
Edgy, what does insipid mean?
I added that to the Edgeworthism, by the way.
I don't fucking know. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this.
All right, This time, I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works.
Just admit it. You were jerking off into the chimney, weren't you?
Oh my god.
I would know. I never got that chance today.
I forgot we had that running joke last time.
It was a good bid.
It's a good bit. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you could please testify as to what you did up on the roof tonight.
Up on the embassy. Click, click, click.
I was thinking of, you do on the roof tonight, oh Lord.
I
That's
like that
pretty good,
face he
too.
makes right there. I just think it's funny.
Deadpan.
I can feel it in the air. Okay, sorry. That was like one of the first songs in my entire life that I was like, this is a banger.
Someone says something so steel samurai phobic, you just gotta hit them with the Larry stare.
Alright.
After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Then, they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around.
I figured out the title for this stream.
Okay. Third
Like-
time's the charm.
Larry causes an
We could-
international incident.
That's a really good one. Also, I really wish this could be the picture we have of him in the thumbnail. Just that one in particular. Just look at that face he makes. So perfect.
Alright, title changed. We can continue now.
That's when I spied the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then, I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try.
Maybe it's like a Japanese thing, but that's like a rare thing. A chimney like this, like a stone chimney. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell what the lie is, right? Like,
Yeah. Larry, well, maybe. I don't know if I was paying attention. I was too
pretty.
much.
The lie is pretty obvious.
Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie to me.
But it's it's kind of ultra embarrassing.
Oh, I know what the lie is. You didn't talk about jacking off at all.
My God.
And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me?
Gee, man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can just blurt it out. You're just gonna have to reason it out of me.
As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie.
I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on a trifling matter.
We're edge racism right there. Trifling matter.
Trifling. Tiefling. My favorite race in Dungeons and Dragons. That's just real life me, but anyway. It's the Santa thing, right?
Yeah, you gotta press it. Press that one.
Hold it! You suddenly wanted to play Santa.
Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already.
Do not recite the ancient texts to me. I was there when they were written.
That was down at Gordon Lake.
Yeah, I know. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me.
That's also an edge racism. Dredge up, huh?
Yeah. Also,
Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. Perk of being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it ain't a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know.
well, it could become a felony if you're
If you decide
breaking
to
and
use it to
entering.
break and enter. Yeah, exactly. But Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down his chimney, after all.
Well,
He does in Futurama, though.
I haven't watched Futurama.
In Futurama, the running joke is that Santa is now a robot that every year Christmas comes around, instead of bringing joy and presents to everyone around the world, he goes around killing people every single
Yeah.
year.
Interesting.
It's amazing. I love it.
At a certain point, on my channel, I'm probably gonna like do a poll for like a long form cartoon. So far, there's Adventure Time and Futurama, and I need to figure out other ones.
Futurama is very good. Huh? Very good. I love it.
Anyway. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not he was playing?
Yes.
Yes! Raising an objection. Objection. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal.
He's saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff.
Precisely, you hit the nail on the head, Ancient Lady.
Hey, Edgy, that's incredibly mean.
Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world?
Of course I know that. I did graduate from junior high, you know.
I'm sorry, just like Edgeworth saying that out of context is really funny.
I like how he always says junior high because it kind of implies he didn't graduate from high school.
In that
I think
case,
I mentioned about like Japanese school systems last.
yeah.
Yeah, I just am trying to remember so I don't say it again.
In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to.
This is a delivering a present to child basking in a warm glow of love.
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie.
I don't know how to kick a guy when he's down. You know that?
In any case, the person you wish to deliver a present onto the most was most certainly this. Well, I mean, I didn't look at you without the mask.
Yeah.
It's Wendy, right? But he didn't
Yeah.
know,
Pretty obvious.
Take that!
so I was just kind of like,
Interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect.
"Hey, but we don't kink shame here."
Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see his old bag so much that I tried to go down a chimney. Ah!
I advise you to stop right there at your bashing of a lady.
I like that. It's like it doesn't matter how annoying the lady is. Women protect women. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what?
Fine, wrong impression.
I simply mean that before you thought to enter the old lady's room, without knowing one very important fact. The fact that is best summed up with this. The letter?
Yeah.
Take that!
Larry, I'd like for you to take a look at this piece of evidence.
No way.
But
It's not really all that important, is it? It's always like this. You're acting so high and mighty, and then you bully me.
well, maybe you shouldn't be so bullyable.
That's why I refuse to look at it.
I love when Larry does like the quick like angry face back to normal.
Yeah.
Be quiet or just take a look.
Well, if you say so, Francie. Only because you say so.
Some people never change, even if their attitudes do change at the whim of women. At the whim of women.
Oh, what's up with that anyway?
Why, it's proof that you never even knew existed, of course.
Oh, is that all? Well, I'm neither right now, so I'll get back to you.
What?
I've got you on the ropes now, don't I?
Bruh. What's that piece of evidence? That was not correct?
I guess there was something else. Huh? Check the evidence now.
It was going on so long, I'm like, we got him. Okay.
Oh, it's the stand-in request. That's it. Because that shows that she was replaced.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take that!
There we go.
This is something that the old lady received from her employers for the night. The girl who normally plays the pink princess. I keep saying prank princess, and it's driving me crazy. Mindy, was it again? It seems that this man is quite taken with that actress.
That's not true, Edgy.
What?
She's the one with the hots for me.
Oh,
my
dear God.
I love it.
I mean,
I just know it. I can feel her. It's being piercing when she's looking right at me.
Sexy.
I mean, like, it is kind of implied that, like, with certain relationships, like, it is kind of implied that Larry somehow got game.
He does date a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
And
there's
I'm sorry,
either
I don't mean to
there's
sound-
two explanations for this. One, Larry completely misunderstands them and they're just stringing them along and they're not actually relations. The other one, the one I just believe in, is that Larry just has insane riz.
I
I
choose
was
to
gonna say,
believe
I'm not.
in option
Sorry, go
number
ahead.
in option number 3 that
I know what
it's-
you're about to say.
I don't know if you do, but
I might.
that it's similar to kind of like the author of Sailor Moon, what she says about her husband, that he was just
Oh,
so
yeah.
pathetic. And
That's
she
a
just
good-
loves
that's-
how pathetic he is.
I thought you were gonna make a joke.
No,
I was gonna say, like, I don't even say, like, somehow he has a insane game as, like, I'm trying to be mean to Larry. It's just that, as you all know, I can't understand it if I wanted to.
I do think that there is something to the kind of pathetic men, kind of, you know, they got something.
Anyway,
Sexy beam, I tell you.
No, you have to say sexy beam.
Shikashi baby!
Yeah. I have a feeling that it was like, I bet it's written in.
It's definitely cut to knife.
There's only so much I can yell out without people banging on my door.
That's fair. You're filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly! Apparition of a man!
And that's exactly what's hot. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god. You all haven't matured at all since we last met.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes.
This guy, he's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it.
Wait until I show you this letter. I suppose you could put it that way.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't think your guys at all. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. It's extremely upsetting. That much we know for sure.
Yippee!
Hey, Edgy, looks like I got the hang of this court thing now.
Too bad we're not in court, punches Larry. I can
Hey,
do
look, there you
that,
go.
but we're not in court at the moment.
Shut up! I see where this is going, and it looks like this is just what you do in court. I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Wang Ji says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth.
I like to think that Detective Bad is just like he's just disapprovingly looking at this entire situation.
He's just been sitting down with a bowl of popcorn, you know? He's been having some fun.
He had like one line so far, and he's just watching everyone else.
You shouldn't form conclusions until everything's out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright, then get ready to listen to my defeat Edgy in a battle of wits.
Larry, have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Round 2. Round 2. Fight!
So, you think that's all I wanted to do was to go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up the chimney. The smoke was really thick.
Up the chimney.
It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late from the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. So why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
Hey, I don't judge. Just, what the hell are you talking about?
Hey, someone say something.
I imagine that the exchange was that Miles looks at oh god.
Oh god.
Looks at Cheng Li and he looks away. I'm trying to. Is that his name? Did I remember it correctly?
Wang Ji?
Lang Ji.
Yes.
I was like, I'm getting the syllables. Sometime, I don't know. Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession but as testimony?
What if I am? Is there something wrong with that?
Oh, I've realized last time I was talking about Jablinski's. I was trying to remember the Japanese word gajinka.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I kept saying like jiangshi, I think, or something. Or like, which is a kind of ghost. It is a word, what I was saying, but it's a different word. Or I think I was saying Jaginsha. I don't know. I was like, after I said that, I was like, I hope I didn't say a bad word.
Fair.
Not that Japan has a whole lot of those. Or Japanese.
Yeah, it's an interesting phenomena. Like, I've heard a lot of people explain it's like Japanese has bad words, but they aren't treated in the same way as they are over here in the West.
Yeah, there are definitely some that you're like, you can't say this on television,
Yeah.
but anyway, continue, Duncan.
My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that?
So it was you!
Oh my god.
You're my stalker! But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the prototype of woman who's wholly focused on one man and one man only, and as long as Edgy feels alive, I just can't drop him and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Earlier I was doing just a tiny bit. Okay. I lost it. I was doing it for a minute there. Earlier I was tempted by just a tiny whiny bit by that wolf man.
Oh my god.
That was just a test of my love for my dear Edgy Poo, which I passed with flying colors. But from now on I will stay completely true to my beloved Edgy Poo for the rest of eternity. I swear it. To her credit, she did not say a single word about lying.
I heard.
You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man.
He's got that worthless man riz. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there is nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course he's still got something to prove.
Nuh-uh.
You still have a lot to show some... You still have to show some proof when I was trying to meet up with Wendy.
Proof, you say?
Remember, Edgy? Everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry, but I understand your point.
Yeah, see? I'm totally a pro at this.
Next time we see Larry, he becomes a lawyer. He's like a prosecutor, and it's like... New prosecutor on the scene makes every defense attorney so uncomfortable that they
Aww.
lose. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see.
Evidence is going to kill him.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, this one should be easy.
Is it just this one? This
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay, I'll
do it. Do it.
full sending it.
Objection!
There we go. We presented that letter a little too early last time, but now we can do it.
Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me?
Randy, I've been sending on you from above tonight. Your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic?
But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, my loving knight?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
Objection!
You can pretend to be ignorant all you'd like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows the person Larry had intended to meet?
Take that!
Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English.
No, start speaking a different language. You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me.
You're just like, hey, stop. This is
Cracking
beginning to
his
hurt my
knuckles.
feelings for real.
Just cracking his, like, alright, Phoenix fight time. It's embarrassing. There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? Punch. But then I'll have to wait until we're off the crime scene.
For punching?
He doesn't have
I want to hear whatever, childhood friend E. Lang has.
Yeah, I want to
This is a
know.
reference to Lang not having very many friends. Edgy, save me for the scary man.
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Fucking.
It's a fake. Someone's out to get me, so they made a fake letter. To set me up.
Accept your defeat graciously.
But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
Edgeworth is just all like, we're not being mean. You're being crazy, and they just start gaslighting Larry.
Oh my god.
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I'll never write another thing in my whole
Hold
life.
it!
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's no use, my Mr. Loving Knight. Well, I realized I said my loving knight last time. It's kind of... Anyway. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. Wah! This autograph and our mystery letter. If we compare the handwriting, we will know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure.
I'm sorry.
Confess, Larry, to being a miserable failure.
I did it. It was me causing trouble again.
Oops, I did it again. Played with your heart, got lost in the game.
game.
I admit it.
I noticed you
You
didn't
hit the
sing,
nail
Duncan.
right on the head, Edgy.
Duncan, I noticed you didn't sing with us.
I don't think.
Ooh.
Won't you sup from the same cup? That's not correct. Anyway. So he finally confesses.
I saw the pink princess was being carried around in a stretcher, and I got worried, alright? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. What choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy.
It was chimney or bust. Bah. Do you guys know that one Frogger game where he's all like, I wish I may, I wish I must find a princess before I bust. This is a very obscure reference, I realize, but it just makes me think of Larry being all like, I wish I may, I wish I must find the pink princess before I bust.
Oh my god. If your mind jumps from the door to the chimney, that's a criminally overactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way, you know, she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment.
Really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. Jesus Christ.
That's very good. It was
However,
really tearing into him.
I always knew you weren't the killer. I always knew you didn't have it in you to kill someone yet. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're... Ah!
Francisca kills him.
We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you.
But I'm a killer.
Ah!
In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larrybot thought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene,
Not for access.
but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends.
So do I.
But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet. So don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Oh, hey, what? Edgy. What does that wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet?
He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head.
That's exactly what I mean. We can't only rely on the word of the suspect after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. With the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there's no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to eat up on his bite. Oh.
Actually bites him? Where? That's up to you.
Hey, yo. Edgy, that guy, he looks like he's seriously about to take a bite of me.
Pans over to Lang. He's licking his lips.
No! Cursed.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this is an and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial.
Thanks for the cooperation of my lovely bundle. I've been dealt a pretty nice hand, and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final battle. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, Let's see what you got.
I can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon, but the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose. On guard!
You can afford to lose. You can always reload a save.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Nothing
I just
saving,
want it
right?
down. True.
There we go.
Very.
You guys have been saving, right?
I was the one who found the body of the victim, and that's two.
You guys have phones, don't you?
Right, it was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It's supposed to be the samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts in here too.
Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership?
This owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Oh, God.
There, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, aren't you?
Hold it!
Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi?
You're accusing me of fabricating evidence?
You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do.
This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
Yeah, but come on. I can think of something. I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Etty?
Right, he's a dumbass. Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. The problem with Lang is that he always finds a way to refute.
Okay.
Start pressing stuff. Huh?
Yeah.
Hold it!
Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood?
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and the smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to only be used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it is pretty weighty. Certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with a sword.
Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let slip by.
We got ourselves an important statement here. I think I need to get a new one.
He beat the... So this is new. So
Yeah.
we must have something for it. Not that one. Not that one. What am I looking for? Do we not have a thing for the body of this victim?
Yeah,
Autopsy?
Yeah.
Do you know what might be a problem with this theory?
I thought I would find it if I was looking
I keep
for
thinking about how that little piece of paper looks like the Pizza Hut logo.
Does
No, I'm blanking
What
right
was
now.
the other weapon?
Yeah, well. Oh, I get it.
Problem? Now you see it, huh?
You cannot because it is hollow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Objection!
Like a wrapping
You
paper tube.
dumbass. We figured this out 5 minutes ago.
Do you know what this is, Agent Lang?
It's a long spear, right? We used to use it a lot in my country a long time ago.
Cool.
Piercing, mowing people down. spears are the weapons of heroes throughout history.
Yeah, pretty much every culture has used spears. It's like the most common and effective weapon. That or bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Those two.
Counterpoint.
What?
Gun.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about handheld weapons. Oh wait,
Bayonet.
that doesn't mean anything. We're talking about blade. Anyway.
Bayonet. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip.
Well, that's just not true historically. I think the whip is in a slightly different category.
What's your point? Are you gonna tell me that the spear is the real weapon?
No, I simply want you to take a look at this section.
The way it's bent.
Precisely. Apparently, a certain troublemaker hit it against a wall in this embassy earlier. As you can clearly see, the insides of the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there is not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that?
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend pretty easy. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move.
Sounds refreshing.
Man,
Like a
I got
spring
such
breeze.
a earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show.
The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him?
Oh.
Ah!
That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on the topic of the spear.
It's an easy jump, but you have to imagine sometimes Francisca as a dominatrix, but she, like, just gets really annoyed by the person she's dominating. And that's part of it, I guess. Anyway, back to the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy, per se. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may.
Using guesswork and taking risk in place of real logic is hardly the one common way. It's neither smart nor very clever.
Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. Perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
Why are we getting into this?
What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of the prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There's nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let
Like a
it
certain
crumble.
man in the previous game.
Yes. Then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth.
Knuckle back!
You're done keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, a possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask II without bending it. So, what do you think of my hypothetical scenario?
Unlikely?
I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need.
course. What I need is evidence even he can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring this to a close. Alright.
It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And, under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon?
How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory?
As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy.
I did examine every nook and cranny.
There's no stone we left unturned. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
And we've managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. The only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is the sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact?
Not so fast!
God.
He's got him. He's got him. You got something to say. And say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. Allowed me to lay it out cut and dry. It's possible to use a samurai sword to kill someone.
Hold it!
The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword?
That's right. Even with aluminum. Which means there's no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined.
Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon? Yeah, I do.
Yep.
If you believe that there is no other door of possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you.
Not so fast!
How do you plan to do that?
By showing you what may possibly be the real murder.
Not so fast!
God, stop. He's laughing at me.
The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself. But my men have searched every last inch of the embassy. They've concluded that nothing else could have been used as a weapon. Knowing these facts, you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis?
No, I want to press forward with my hippopotamus!
For Christmas.
Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in the
Not
investigation.
so fast!
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate men. I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it!
I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon.
Alright then. I'll play along from now.
I think I get it.
This real weapon that killed Damas II. What exactly is it?
The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch, is this. This guy.
Yeah.
Take that!
The national treasure of Alabast.
The pre-produced statue.
Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which, I believe, means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct?
Not so fast!
You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident.
Aren't you Interpol? You're the international incident guys.
You can't just do anything they want, though.
I know, but
Bring the kingdom of the Albass and the Republic of the Ball. The two countries precarious relationship tears in the balance. Over a stupid fight related to the sovereignty statue. I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold on.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime are different. And there is only one conclusion I can draw from that.
For Ambassador Alba, and give him to us, and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to this infidel's words.
Infidel, okay.
He is most definitely trying to trick you.
What other names will I be called today?
Shifu, please, let's be rational about this. Lang Ji says, just go already. Yes, sir.
My favorite quote.
Straightforward and to the point. Shifu. Yeah. I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to retain permission for us to examine the previous statue. I see.
Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go speak with the ambassador personally.
And whip him.
Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail if that old man was a tough cookie.
So,
But I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing the whole country, you know?
Oh, cookies crumble. In the correct milk. That's my new phrase. That's what I'm gonna say now. Agent Lang.
Just hurry up and examine the statue already. Chief, what about causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take responsibility, let it be me.
Responsibility. If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then. Let's talk more investigate.
If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run a chemiluminescence test on the statue.
Test, huh? Good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay. Let's get a forensic team in here.
oh my god!
Eh, looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor.
Looks like you hit the nail on the jackpot.
And this means that this is the real weapon to kill Mr. Matt II.
Indeed.
I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that you didn't kill the Master II. The charge remains.
We're hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real murder weapon, I believe further examination is required.
You think so? Knock yourself out.
Okay, bonk. Hold on. Wee. It's always underneath it. It's always.
So true.
What do we have here? Dirty smudge. Looks like a handprint. What's a definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints here.
Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. But it looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now.
Hey, forensics guy, I want the results on these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be this guy because I don't actually have a lot of characters this time around.
Fair.
Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir.
And that's the voice I chose. Sir, about the prints. About the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Babylese embassy? The prints belong to him, to Manny Cochin, sir.
That's... What's going on around here?
What the heck is going on around here? No, that's impossible. Each primitive statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cochin's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Babal's primitive statue.
Impossible! It can't be!
No.
Larry never once set foot on Babylese soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of evidence only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of the smuggling operation was killed, and an Alabastian knife in Babal. And Damask II was killed on Alabastian soil with Babal's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yatagarasu who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I'd yet to see the big picture they were for. All right. I say a bit of a break is in order.
That's fair.
Because I have a cat to feed, and
Yeah, cat.
I should probably get some water to drink. So we'll be right back.
Good idea.
Do you guys need to go get anything, or like should I go?
Yeah, I
to
was
the-
gonna go
be right
grab
back?
something real quick.
Alright.
I'll be back in like a few minutes.
All right.
Mm-hmm. No ad lib.
No ad-libbing necessary. We all got back in time. Alright. Back to the game. Alright. Hold on, let me take a big drink of water. Ah, refreshing. Alright. I've left the second investigation to Francisca and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Oh my god, you have
Oh
to
shit,
decay
that's
now.
me! I have to find the voice in... Oh. Mr. Edgeworth! Thank you, Toad.
Mr. Edgeworth! Have you played this map before?
Oh my god.
So, Kay, what's the situation?
Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun!
In other words, they've made absolutely no progress.
We weren't doing enough. Yes, sir.
I wasn't jerking
We were
off!
investigating
Ah,
a heart theft.
Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation?
We have had a really fun time, sir.
I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Pardon me. Your permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy, is that correct?
Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with the investigation on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. I'm offloading all the shit I don't need. They belong to the lady under the pink princess mask.
Hey, princess. What kind of lady was playing her, sir?
Teehee.
The kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday.
Understood, sir.
I don't know why when he started going, ugh, I thought he was gonna be like, on God, sir? No cap?
That's really good.
If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her, sir. If I don't, I'll just unload them somewhere.
He doesn't seem all that infused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Cool. Lost their value. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either.
What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away?
Yes.
Yes, because the Steel Samurai was a fake. A phony! A charlatan! Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched to a ball and disposed of.
Okay, that's actually pretty impressive, knowing the type of paper that's used for that.
Yeah,
It's less like a paper, more like a board.
yeah, I have to imagine that wasn't a concern for the translators.
Yeah.
They were just like, you crumple it up. It probably just said
Wait.
you threw it away in Japanese or something.
Yeah. What do you mean by fake?
Threw it away where? Are you littering?
That's a crime.
It's
that's
hard
it.
to find trash cans in Japan, from what I hear. Or
It
at least
is hard
Tokyo.
to find. I can 100% confirm that. I just carried my trash around until we got back to the hotel.
Yep, I remember that too.
Yep. That's what I've heard. You just put it in your pockets and you're just waiting until you get it somewhere.
Pretty much everybody in Tokyo carries around like a tote bag with them
Yeah.
for that purpose and other purposes, obviously. That's part of it.
But as a result, sidewalks are pretty clean.
It's pretty clean.
Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Alright. I've reorganized. Yay! Hey, what?
Hey, you're not going back to the Alabasta already, are you?
No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. I was just...
Talk to, Plano.
What if I wanna...
What if we want a
ladder.
ladder?
Yeah, ladder. A ladder.
Actually, that's a step ladder.
They're the exact same thing.
No way! From the structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around, after all. There we go, I found it.
And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. Okay. So, Miles is team ladder.
Team ladder, yeah, boy. Yeah, baby.
Alright. I'm glad I got that. We could have missed that.
Yeah. It's okay, I would not have let you miss it.
You're talking to yourself, Dan.
Yay! Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are? Discount tickets for our cafeteria. They're open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. What does that help with my hunger now? I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. That's what I said. Okay. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Kochan told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire at the Yatagarasu started? Exactly. Ambassador Poleno, I'd like to ask you a little bit more about the primitive statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that the Alabastan Babal used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the primitive statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So, it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabasta and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The primitive statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I hate how far out of frame he's leaning.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ambassador Poleno knows. Does he know? Oh, about what happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Okay, well first I'll ask him this. Then we can do that. Ambassador Poleno, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? I think I realize he's like a tour guide. Like, type voice is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Thank you, but just the one thing's all I require. Manny Kochan, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. That's a weird word to choose. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose it was because he was an able man. I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, the cuck, as we call it,
Oh my god.
he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this cuck? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries were to reunify and become one again. This is news to me, but I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Alright, and we can present something to him. Present this guy, right?
Yeah?
Ambassador Poleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The primitive statue sitting in alabaster right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's primitive statue immediately. Because the statue currently in our country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely an alabaster statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Hold it! Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Is that the correct thing to do? Duncan.
Yeah.
Do I need to present anything else to him, or are we good?
I think we. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, we gotta present the statue. Did we do that?
I presented
Alabaster
this one.
statue.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we did that.
So after that, then what?
Now I think we need to talk to Gumshoe.
Okay.
Gummy!
Hey, Gumshoe. I'm more like Dumbshoe, am I right?
Threadsworth.
You look like you're enjoying yourself, detective.
I don't have much else to do, so I enjoy as much as of a good investigation as I can, sir.
So, what did you find out? I imagine it's more like, well, I take it you found nothing out of particular use as usual. Okay.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I got something real interesting from Master Plan.
Oh? And what is this something interesting?
This, sir.
Wow, that's so pretty! I'm so jealous! That's a real treasure there!
Why does the flame burn green, detective?
Apparently, you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in the ball. Burns this green color, sir.
Interesting. So So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit the ball should the oil run out.
Hey, Gummy! What about these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so to project an image.
Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation.
What's wrong, sir?
There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much?
You got it, sir.
Hey, that's not fair! Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Well that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner.
I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant!
I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this.
Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabas?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
No. I see. Since there's been a murder in both countries, you get an object from the other country?
That's the gist of it. The ball is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. I remember something, and it's something that I was thinking earlier. Whatever happened to the baby Steel Samurai and his frickin' thing that he was being carted around in? I looked at that and I was like, you could hide something in there. I don't know if you could hide this statue, but you could hide something in it. And the fact that I'm still like they didn't check the Steel Samurai. They're just like, oh, the Steel Samurai, let him go through. Anyway.
Yeah.
I might be on to literally nothing, but we'll find out. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this, I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? Aye, that's me. I believe it was the rose garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it is vital that I investigate the rose garden post-haste.
Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
Take a look at this. What is it?
My guess is that it's a guitar pick.
Yeah?
I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it will be of any use?
There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? Doesn't look like there's anything that could get wet from around here.
I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right?
Alright, I'll find its owner later. I don't know if it's a guitar pick. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, yeah, there's one more thing.
The hell?
Let me dig around in my little bag for it. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
Oh god. What is this?
It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to this for you. Can we, like, cross-reference smells? Does perfume stay good for 7 years?
I definitely have some perfumes that I've had since we were in college, so
Well,
there you go. I mean, yeah, because I guess
Oh my god, we're old.
Yeah, I have colognes from college. I'm like thinking about when I got those.
Yeah,
Alright.
like it pretty much has been. One of them I have had for legitimately 7 years.
Yeah. Stop following me. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabas now, but...
I know. I'll get back to the ball and do some more investigating there.
Yay, yippee.
I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, dear God.
Okay, I'm so glad I got that right. How are things in the ball? Although, I can't really say I expect much from Gruffy of that girl.
The investigation into Manikochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who could freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That is correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabas. On that when the Yatagarasu appeared. The sudden shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire at the Babylese embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Let's fucking go. Alright. Light. It's an overturned spotlight here.
When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over.
I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I sought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash.
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead?
We talked to Agent Lang so I can have some lines.
No.
Yes.
Oh. Hey. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and 1 person ran a light, sir.
Jesus.
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down the precinct.
For a parking ticket?
Agent Lang.
Well, isn't this a prosecutor?
I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier.
Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did.
After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba?
We're gonna have to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of the day. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I could be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out, screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor?
You're working as an ambassador, as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct?
Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. When the spotlight was turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yanagarasu" rang out. Next second, the spotlight went out. By the time we got the area lit again, the death thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out. I guess someone had unplugged the extension plug for the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who tripped it over, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yanagarasu was here.
So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette.
Yeah.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
That's true. Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members.
I have a hunch.
Oh, yeah?
I had
What
a
is
hunch
it?
immediately. It could just be the statues arranged
Yeah.
in a way.
I also want to say, find me a person who can, like, make that shape. Like, that does not look like a person.
Yeah.
Just saying. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone. So I know.
Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. Okay, can I look at the statues?
Cool yet?
The statue bears resemblance to the Primadou statue.
The plaque says King Primadou on the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadou put his life on the line and went to war.
So Primadou was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from ancient legend.
Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed.
What do you think-
Girly, Japan exists.
What do you think the Seal Samurai was based on? I suppose there's that too. The pool. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance.
It's not just for aesthetics. The pool's water is also used in putting out fires.
I see. Do fires happen often? The pool stopped filling itself automatically.
The fountain spots are said to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level.
This water is used to put out fires. I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that the pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. Guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Jesus Christ! Why?
I say, ouch, jump scare.
Hold on. I have to
Larry
get this
jump scare.
Edgeworth noise correct.
How dare you surprise me like that?
I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there.
Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment.
Oh, that's a... Do you really think I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun?
Yes.
Hold on.
Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool?
Nice guess, but no dice. So, you know my son, right, Edgy?
Yeah, I get what he's getting at. But
I like that line on his own.
you know my mom?
Oh, yeah.
You mean bikini? No. The fuck? The fuck does it mean? Your son.
I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him.
You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is that child of yours anyway?
Oh, how old is he again?
Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother?
Mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess.
The pink princess.
Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant.
Because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son.
I gotta give him credit, because, like, when we came in here, we didn't even notice him swimming around in there. He was holding his breath for a long time.
You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool.
Larry, get out. We've seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that, if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now go get out of there.
Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
wait! Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. Oh, you don't know about the underwater tunnels? And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Okay, can I look at you, statue? A statue of a woman. Disgusting. I wonder if this lady's pouring water.
It says it is a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidu. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are a lousy at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made a leap to that. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. Not
I
very
expected
difficult.
no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject.
What really...
What really cast the shadow of Yatagarasu?
The statues! But can I, choose which one? Does it matter? Duncan?
I think we should maybe start with the left one first.
Okay.
Take that!
The sudden appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Ah,
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth?
maybe?
This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu.
You are correct, however the statue is but one part of the whole picture.
What do you mean by only one part?
The other part. The real... The over here. Slide.
The other one. The other one.
You're right.
It's another statue.
Impossible as it seems, yes. The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues.
Made? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in panic state. However, if they were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared,
You believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu shadow?
Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primidu in the battlefield. The shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. I don't know at what angle this shadow makes sense, but okay. Likewise, if we were to light up the queen who spoke of love to King Primidu, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage.
Aha! So if you were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. My Zedras, how do you explain this grotesque shape? It looks like a pregnant unicorn woman.
Okay, calm down, Francisco. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen's statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I believe the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used a part of her shadow.
Only one part?
Yes. And yeah, I was thinking the hand. That's the only thing that made sense. Yes, and the one part. And one part alone is enough to fill the rest of the Atagarasu's shadow.
Why didn't you say that in the first place?
Let me get around to it. You're right. I apologize.
Yeah, you should.
Here.
Now, that part of the Queen's statue was used to complete the Atagarasu's shadow.
He just apologizes, you like. Accept this money as my condolences. Francisco's like, it wasn't that big of a deal. It's like, no, you shame me if you don't take it. The hand.
The hand.
Think back to what's missing from our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now what does that remind you of?
Ah.
That's right! It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position? So that it only shines on the Queen's left hand?
Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's...
Duncan, you have a line?
Oh my god, I have a line. Oh. Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw.
The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Atagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the
Shut the fuck up, Zedras. I'm sorry, I just thought it would be funny.
I'm doing it.
I know it's hard with, like, the things.
Yeah, I take no offense.
Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning.
I tell my friend Ben to shut the fuck up routinely in videos. So you see, the Atagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that the thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Atagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast.
An accomplice? But who?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of the accomplice. Woo!
Yay!
Who? Oh boy.
That was the investigating villain.
Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Atagarasu?
I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Atagarasu. So yes.
So, what have you found?
Got a piece of evidence.
May I see it? Just a
No.
little peek?
No,
That was also a joke last
Sure.
time.
but
Yeah.
you might regret it.
They're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please...
People heard the commotion. Bystanders started gathering. The one claimed, telling me I'm a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture.
A journalist.
Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman.
Got it.
This is the photo I got.
What in the world? Hold on, I'm looking in these windows. I'm being...
So Yatagarasu is flying through the air?
Times, they are a-changing.
It's time to get you to bed, Grandpa.
It's not just man. Heavens, even they lie to us now.
When was this photo taken?
Certainly, right after the fires, on 4th and 5th floor of the Turnabout. It was taken from a nearby building. You could see the embassy from.
I see, so this was taken after the fire.
Player in the picture took off for the Bubbly's embassy. Flew over the boundary, headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flying.
Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once.
Fun time.
And she was there too.
Let's not bring that up.
Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. Who, actually?
It happens more often than we think.
Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babylese embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit.
Alright. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building.
Alright, I'm counting on you. Ow, ow.
Welcome back, Mr.
Ow, ow.
Edgeworth. Now, come on, let's get back
Ow,
to our
ow.
investigation.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow. It's just like she was standing here the entire time as well. Yes, let's. Bye. Hold on, allow me to keep walking. We're playing a walking simulator now?
You know, he looks
walking
very
simulator.
happy considering his office is burnt.
Yeah.
It's the shock.
He's just thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to clean up all this all the time.
To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started.
Seems that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm very excited my office is burnt down. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Poleno, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu.
Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu was a noble vigilante who was only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright?
Mr. Poleno,
Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything.
do you know what else would bring a smile back to my face?
What?
An ice cream sundae.
Ooh, her little strap for cash right now.
You can have a coupon.
Here, have
Thank
a
you,
coupon.
Mr. Poleno.
Oh, that was a bad fake laugh. Hold on. You don't have to. That was worse. You don't have to waste such a nice words on me, little miss.
Hey, Sir Poleno.
If there's one thing that I'm actually, like, scared about doing in voice acting, it's trying to do, like, a fake laugh. An evil laugh is easier. I just need to become Mark Hamill.
Just
do it like him.
just try voicing closer to you.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not doing that character. Those two sure got awfully chummy quickly.
I like voicing.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of this suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Cogent's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that the person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagrasu stole 7 years ago is found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved.
I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Cogent's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved here. We're gonna need some sort of ace attorney investigations
Oh my God.
to finish this. It's like this case doesn't end, it's like you gotta play the sequel now to finish it.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, people would hate this game. Speaking of the Yatagrasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part of the investigation too?
Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This kind of looks like the person of the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answers to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But people can fall.
This could be how that person escaped.
People can jump into a pool of water and live.
Yeah.
Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. And Duncan gets no lines in this room.
I want to look at the fireplace.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm looking at the fireplace. Fireplace, huh? Super Bowl's office have them too.
Two?
That is a good point. If this one opens to the next room, who's in the next room?
Yeah.
There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall if we can. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. I had to sterilize my hand.
Huh?
I got a bucket of hand sanitizer and dipped it in. And then dipped my other hand in.
Oh, that's gross.
I don't like that.
If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace?
What the fuck?
I love UK.
Yeah, that's a great line.
You can climb inside and we can play hide and seek.
Okay, how about you try and climb out and see if you
She
find...
probably could do it if the thing.
Yeah. And come out covered in soot? I think not.
Ah, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
So there's nothing there, but... Okay, what are we looking for?
I
could
think
look
you
at the
want to
statue,
check out the
maybe?
I think you want to check out the desk.
Oh, okay.
Desk.
Yeah, you haven't looked at that yet.
That.
Maybe I will. It appears that this
Yeah,
area
okay.
was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything.
By the fire! 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 You ever have one of those? You ever have one of those, Duncan?
What?
One of those guns that you pull the trigger and it was just like, fire! Fire! Fire!
No?
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 I didn't either. But my friend of mine had it and I was like, this is the coolest thing. I won't rest in the lab. I inspect it. What does it mean to truly inspect something?
The ink bottle.
It is pretty clean.
There is a bottle of Bubbly's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk.
And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
Oh, wait, but doesn't this ink contain the same ingredient that turns the fire green?
Green.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle and burn up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Polano, it looks like your precious bobbly ink is alright after all.
Do you wanna, Duncan, do you wanna voice this guy for now?
Sure, I don't mind.
Just do your best tour guide voice, I guess.
What? That's odd.
Hold it! Ambassador, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink.
Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? I feel like Idor said this twice in a row. Just like, explain. Okay.
Explain.
Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out.
Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about?
Which one? There was more than one tonight?
Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Bubbly's embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one that was after the Jam and Ninja show.
Well, the first occurred at the start of the Gem and Ninjas show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic amongst the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal.
Then the fire after the Gem and Ninja show was the second one of the night.
Exactly.
So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make a reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken?
Apparently, fires both the floors put out.
I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out.
So then, what was the extent of the damage to the second fire?
Are there firemen at this place?
No.
Like in my apartment building, the like fire alarm goes off and firemen are like immediately called by like a system. This place doesn't have that?
I don't know.
No.
I guess not.
I guess the fires, we didn't really see how the fires put out. It's entirely possible. They should be around to ask. They should answer some questions. They should also be pissed off that they had to put out 2 fires at the same place.
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it.
That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck.
My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye.
Almost seems intentional.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polano.
Look at me going on now. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again?
We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for the day were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well.
Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up, and then I brushed my teeth after I had a roll of breakfast.
Hold it! That's
Just a roll of bread.
How about if you skip to the relevant parts for me?
Oh, you'd like a condensed version? All right, I can do that for you.
Okay. Can we make this conversation with him the last thing we do today?
I think there's actually a pretty good stopping point pretty soon. So,
It's I am starting to get tired.
we're almost at a good stopping point, huh?
Alright. So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning?
Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the German Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up the office.
You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office? Why were you not cleaning your own?
Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations.
Okay.
Which is why both the primitive statues and the Bobbly's knife are set down here.
I see.
Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
Okay.
I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh?
He's like, you have to clean those?
About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up the creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of the secretary's anger?
Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Bubbly's ink on the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect.
Talk about the boss getting bossed around. Okay.
That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning.
Don't tell me you had no other work to do. Being an ambassador and all. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon.
Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone.
So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show.
A while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show.
There was a commemorative photo op at the end.
A fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the German Ninja.
He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. I didn't earlier you just say you didn't have any work? Anyway.
When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out.
So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show?
Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in eternal sleep.
I see. And Ambassador Palermo, I thank you very much for your help.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright?
I've got something. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink.
I just thought of it right now, but... During the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him. When I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. When I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big, I wasn't able to see any to the room at all.
Hold it! The fire was green. What was the cause?
Well, wit crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern.
And Babbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green.
You know, I, too, had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire. So that's why I was so surprised to find out that there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery.
We didn't see any green fire.
We
So
didn't.
none of it. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? I
I
guess
think we gotta go back to the desk. There's an
Time.
open drawer we gotta look at.
there is in fact a drawer.
Inspecting nook and cranny.
It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Oh, I think we can rifle through the drawer.
I suppose we really should take a look. Oh my god.
Hey, a
Pizza
distinctive shape.
Wow.
Pizza Hut! Okay, let's go out for Pizza Hut.
All right.
This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must
You
have...
know, the Pizza Hut notepad is actually a reference to Code Geass, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Okay, well I can deduce something with it. Eureka! The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right. What is it? Looks like something straight out of Monument Valley.
Oh, yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country.
You don't know
We've
where
been
from.
collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see.
Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it.
Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you.
I'm good. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Actually, they seem to be pretty intact over there. Ambassador Poleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note.
This looks like Manny's handwriting.
I see. In that case,
Oh, did you figure something out?
this note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II.
Damask II? Then this note.
Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Primadou statue.
What? Manny tried to steal Alabast's Primadou statue?
We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin?
Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you.
I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis.
I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this.
Do you have any ideas as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue?
There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation.
Anything you can tell me would be of a great help, Ambassador. Oh, God.
Oh, again.
It really is just walking simulator.
Yeah, I don't like his music.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damask II.
I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's event.
But because of the Atagarasu of the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. Well, you see, the ball statue, well, it's just a replica.
And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's Primadou statue?
Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We would have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority.
Yes, I understand.
Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it. It'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're ambassador of the reunited Cadopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized it was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all of that to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador.
Why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He's so much better at getting things done than I ever was, or will be.
I don't have an answer to that answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. I mean, sometimes you have more time on your hand if you're not like the top dog
Yeah.
to do shady deals.
Or like, having someone in your pocket.
Yeah. But, oh yeah, he could just be like, hey, I got you this job. You gonna do something for me? You now have to do things for me
Scratch
for
my
the rest of
back,
the
I
time?
scratch yours type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind, beyond just simple kindness. Ah!
Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh yeah, now this music, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I required? I don't know.
Got it all right here, sir. Here you go, okay? Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What about me?
What's all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now, we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
It's a good one. Good work, detective. Run this handwriting analysis. We're working you hard today.
It's nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Wow. You two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Dad.
What was I saying at the beginning of the stream? Father-daughter. What do you mean?
As prosecutor detective, your dynamic is just so much like theirs back in the day. But don't you worry, I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is a truly wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
You bet. So what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
I'm poking you in the eye right now.
Ow.
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? It's Little Thief. Idiot. That thing that you called your secret weapon?
Oh, you mean Little Thief. You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it!
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered from the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
You got it. Alright, here we go.
Here.
Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares to take wing. One alone reigns all seeing.
Go!
Now, witness the true power of a real, modern-day Robin Hood.
See why I said this would be a good stopping point there?
Yeah.
I'm doing some
This is
weird shit with my arms.
Oh my god, look at this. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well.
Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about?
Yes.
This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday.
I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. Except not
Perfect.
because
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, we're
Yay.
going to investigate the green
this is a good
room.
starting point right here. Picked a good starting point.
For real.
All right. That was a stream. My back hurts. But that's fine. Next time, we will continue this.
Woo!
I don't have anything really to say. If you are watching this, like the stream, and my Fate Apocrypha video is coming out soon, so keep an eye out.
Yay!
Anyway, see y'all next week.
Next week?
Next week? Possibly. Yeah, I mean, you'll be notified. But,
Yeah.
bye everyone. Take it easy.
Bye.